some of the surroundings of this plantation. The people who owned the plantation adjoining it the name was Lamb, and they called his plantation the Lamb's Place. Well, the partition between these two plantations was a row of pecan trees, and those trees must have been not further apart than 10 foot, and there was an old rail fence, and these pecan trees stood one in one corner and another one in another corner. This rail fence clear across the border made the border between the two plantations, and they didn't come over and bother Grandpa's plantation. Grandpa didn't go over and bother their plantation. They got along fine. But when the pecans began to fall off the trees, we all understood that the pecans on Mr. Lamb's side were Mr. Lamb's pecans, and the pecans on Grandpa's side were Grandpa's pecans. So my daddy would take Catherine, my sister Catherine, and me up and let us just pick up all the pretty brown pecans we wanted, and he'd sack them up and put them on his back and take them to the house, and that way Mother would break the pecans and pick out and make us lots of chocolate fudge with lots of pecans in it. And we enjoyed that a lot while we lived on the plantation. And Grandpa raised lots of peanuts, and we had plenty of peanuts to roast in the oven and eat. And on this house sat on a kind of a hill, not a tall hill, but just was a kind of a slant all around it, with good drainage. And on one side was a large orchard. There was peach trees, apple trees, pear trees, and plum trees, and all sorts of fruit trees in this large orchard. At the bottom of the hill was a little branch, nice little branch, and there was a spring that supported the water for this little branch, and all summer long the water was trickling down that little branch at the foot of that orchard. And on the fence was a lot of wild grapevines, and Grandpa had some other grapevines, and Mother made lots of jellies and did lots of canning. Grandpa had 2 large gardens, one in the plantation and in the field, and one out in front of the house in the edge of the woods. And Mother would get the vegetables, and we have all sorts of vegetables for the table, and then Mother canned a lot of beans and tomatoes and made sauerkraut and all sorts of things like that. And my grandpa also had a blacksmith shop, and had a great big steel kettle that he cooked. He made his molasses syrup. He raised sugar cane and made molasses for the entire all the families on the plantation. And he would cook this syrup in this big kettle, big iron kettle, and it was about I guess it was about all of 12 or 15 foot wide, and it was round and had a nice deep bottom. And what syrup would be left in, Grandpa would tell us if we had plenty of pecans or plenty of peanuts ready to throw in, he'd make us some candy. And we always, when they were making syrup in the fall, we always got plenty of nice candy with peanuts and pecans. And that was, we could have all the sugar cane juice we wanted to drink too. And that was enjoyable. And Grandpa had a large trough. Well, it was a large box built out of lumber that he had a floor to it about 2 foot off the ground. And he had troughs in this big pen or box, whatever you might want to call it. He put his hogs in there and fattened them for a butcher, and he cooked turnips, pulled lots of turnips and with the greens, and cooked them in this large kettle for the hogs, to fatten the hogs, and carrots and potatoes, and fed to the hogs to fatten the hogs, and gave them plenty of water and waste milk in the troughs in this large box. It had a roof on it, little roof that kept the rain off the hogs, and there was lots of excitement for little kids like us on this plantation. We enjoyed living there, and I've never forgotten it. And I'll always be able to see that plantation in my the picture of it in my heart is still there. And